Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Dina Hype coming back to you guys with a brand new video, and I hope you guys are all having a great day so far. In today's video, you guys are going to be seeing is we're going to be covering the February 21st update patch notes. Basically, every single thing that was put into the game, whether it was a gun being nerfed, a gun being buffed, game modes that were put in, things that were changed up, whether it was little updates, little tweaks to lags that was possibly happening, specialist equipment, etc. We're going to be covering everything patch notes wise in today's video. So before I go any further, please remember, if you guys are brand new to the channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you guys are always notified when I post a video to the channel. If you guys enjoyed up-to-date Call of Duty content, especially Blackout 4 content, this is the perfect channel for you guys. So do me a favor, subscribe, notification bell, and you guys will never miss a video. And also, if you guys are going to enjoy this video, do me a favor and hit that like button. It's always much appreciated if you do so. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, if you guys want to head down into the description, there will be a link down there where it says info. It will have all the patch notes in the article. So if you guys want to read along with me, you guys can do that. Or if you guys want to just kind of listen to what I'm saying, you guys can do that as well. Or if you guys want to just pull up the article, read it by yourself, and then just come back, you guys can also do that. But to start off here, the title, when you actually get to the website, it'll say Blackout 4 February 21st update adds popular feature to Blackout inventory, full patch notes. Now it says here a new Blackout 4 patch has landed and brought with it many features fans have been clamoring for, while introducing tons of updates and fixes to PC version of the game. Next up, it says here, with players already exploring everything Operation Grand Heist has to offer, Treyarch released another patch that will integrate more hyped up features while mending various bugs and have appeared in the game. Treyarch posted their full patch notes on a Reddit post revealing extensive fixes for Blackout 4 as well as introduction of league play and crucial Blackout features fans have been waiting for. Now, if you guys are curious about all the league play information, I'll have my two videos on my channel that kind of describe. One of them is basically describing everything about league play and how it works, and the other one is a gameplay that I have of me inside of league play where I clearly just went off. Now, and as I said, those videos will both be in the description, and I'll also put annotations in the top right part of the screen, so if you guys want to check out those videos and then come back, you guys can do that. But it says here, Treyarch is excited to finally introduce League Play to PlayStation 4 users this week, as players have been eagerly anticipating the ranked mode for the shooter. Blackout has also got a feature in the community that has been asking for a while, as the inventory management update will now let players see both of their weapons on the inventory screen. The feature will hopefully do away with the numerous reports of frustrating instances that players have encountered with the previous inventory management system. Next up, it says here the PC version of the game also features numerous weapon tuning in almost all weapon classes for the multiplayer mode. Zombies also received extensive stability enhancements that will hopefully fix the numerous crashes some have experienced, whether inside of a match or in the theater mode. Next up, it says here Treyarch gave Blackout players a little tease, suggesting that there were new weapons to discover in the recently added Ghost Town location in the Battle Royale. The update also reminded players of the impending Hot Pursuit limited time game mode coming to PS4 on February 22nd. You can see the patch notes for the changes made to the weapons in all the modes down below. Now, we're going to get to that in just a second. Now, it goes on here to say something about league play. We already know about league play. As I said, videos are on the channel in the description down below. But moving on here, it just has everything that's basically coming to the game. And I will have videos on all of that stuff in the near future. So just if you want to read past that, you guys can. If you guys want to just read that real quick, you guys can. I'm not going to cover it because I'm going to save that for a video in the future. But moving on here, where it says all platforms, it says here multiplayer. Score streaks. They have reduced drone squad damage to match previous stats prior to this week's update. Some miscellaneous. They addressed an issue where weapons would appear to be missing icons within the create a class menu. They addressed an occasional issue where the player's auto-drafted specialist was inconsistent when viewing the specialist menu in-game, and there are some various stability fixes. For Blackout, their gameplay-wise, they addressed an issue where some players were unable to repair armor from the Quick Equip menu. For Armory, SWAT RFT and Damon 3XB now appear in the Armory for customizations for players who did not unlock them in previous operation. For some miscellaneous here is there is some various stability and streaming performance improvements. For PS4, the following updates are live today on PS4 with other platforms to follow. Now it says here for multiplayer, it's the World League Hub and League Play. We already know about that. One in the Chamber, we already know about that. I'll also have that video. It's also on my channel, link in the description. Next up, there is Zombies. There is some additional weapon support, armory support added for the new Operation Grand Heist weapons, including the Switchblade X9 SMG and the Rampage shotgun. Now moving on, this is for Blackout. In Ghost Town, there is an experimental new weaponry that has appeared underground for the first person to find it. In PC, the following updates are live today in PC with our 1.13 update. Now for multiplayer, the weapons are some assault rifles. ICR is PC only, improved ADS sway. PC only, they improved hipfire accuracy. The Rampart 17 on PC only, they improved an ADS sway. PC only, they improved hipfire accuracy. They increased max damage range from 37.6 yards to 41.6 yards. The KN57, they improved the ADS sway and improved hipfire accuracy for the PC only. And they increased max damage range from 15.2 yards to 17.3. Next up is the Vapor XKG. They increased the 5-hit kill range from 34.7 yards to 50 yards. They increased ADS idle to sway less. On the Maddox RFB on PC only, they improved ADS sway and improved hipfire accuracy. And then they adjusted recoil stability in first 5 shots in bullet pattern. And the Echo Fire Operator mod improved recoil stability. The Quick Draw was reduced in ADS speed. The Quick Draw 2 reduced in ADS speed. The Stock reduced ADS move speed. The ELO reduced recoil stability. Next up is submachine guns. For the MX9 on PC only, they improved damage by adding 5-hit kill range out to 7.6 yards. They increased 5-hit kill range from 5.5 to 7.6. They improved ADS and speed. And for the GK5, that for PC only, they improved damage by adding 5-hit kill range out to 5.5 yards. For the Spitfire, as we all know, the Spitfire needed to be nerfed quite a bit. And it says here for PC only that it reduced hipfire accuracy. They reduced max damage range from 9.7 yards to 7.6. For the Stock, they reduced ADS move speed. The extended mags, they reduced magazine size. For fast mags, they reduced the reload speed enhancement. And now moving on to the Cordite. For PC only, they reduced hipfire accuracy. The Belt-Fed Operator mod reduced overheat cooldown speed. And then for grip, they reduced recoil stability. For the solid 9mm, for PC only, they reduced hipfire accuracy. They reduced sprint outspeed, now at the same as most other SMGs. They reduced base move speed, now the same as other SMGs. For Stock, they reduced ADS move speed. Stock 2 reduced ADS move speed. And for grip, they reduced recoil stability. Next up is the Damon 3XB. For PC only, they improved hipfire accuracy. They increased max damage from range from 6.9 yards to 9 yards. The tactical rifles, the Auger DMR, they improved ADS move speed, increased firing speed, and double tap operator mod improved firing time between shots. The ABR 223 or 223, they improved ADS move speed. They improved sprint outspeed. For the Swordfish, on PC only, they improved burst delay, allowing for faster sustained fire rate. They improved ADS move speed, and for the Quick Draw 2, they improved ADS speed. Next up is light machine guns. Now for the Titan, they reduced flinch resistance when being hit. They reduced max damage from 46.38 yards. And then for Stock, they reduced ADS move speed. For PC only, the crossbar on the Hades, the crossbar operator mod reduced hipfire spread accuracy. For sniper rifles, the Paladin HB50, the PC only improved rechamber speed, which is the same as the console. For the Outlaw, this is on PC only, the Quick Draw improved ADS and speed. The Bolt Cylinder Operator mod reduced fire rate, and they fixed a bug that allowed extra damage to the neck when using a recon optic. On the Koshka, or Koshko, however you want to pronounce it, on PC only, they improved a rechamber speed, same as console now. They improved ADS sway. Next up is the pistols, the RK7 Garrison. They improved all damage ranges. Next up is shotguns, the Mach 12. The Dragon's Breath operator mod now does one quick blast of fire damage instead of damage over time. This increases its one hit kill potential at certain close ranges, and is especially effective when paired with the choke barrel. They increase max damage from 3.75 yards to 4.1 yards. On the quick draw, they improved ADS and speed. For the SG-12, the strobe light operator mod reduced luminosity on visual light effect. Next up is the specialist. Now for the Seraph, on PC only, they improved responsive in the respawn menu when tac deploy is available. The Prophet, which is the Seeker, they greatly reduce Seeker's hit points and it can now be destroyed with one bullet. They reduce detection range against enemies with cold-blooded. For Ajax, his 9-bang, they reduce visual optimacy of screen flash when hit by a 9-bang. Players will no longer raise their hand when flashed if they have tactical mask. Players can now change stances while being flashed. For general things, active specialist weapons will now lose all cooldown on round change as opposed to partial loss previously. Next up is the equipment. Now the frag grenade, they increase damage. On the concussion grenades, players can now stun themselves with their own concussion grenades. Players will no longer raise their hands when affected by a concussion grenade if they have tactical mask. For gear, the acoustic sensor, they reduce the ranges at which the acoustic sensor can detect enemies. They reduce the ranges at which enemies with dead silence are detected. And now next up are perks. For tactical mask, players now recovers faster after being hit by a Tempest. Players will no longer raise their hand when flashed by the 9-bang. They no longer provide fire or radiation resistance. And now for Flat Jacket, the fire and radiation resistance moved from the tactical mask to Flat Jacket. They improve Flat Jacket resistance to radiation and burn. And next up is Cold Blooded. They reduce the range at which an enemy seeker can detect a player with this perk. Next up now, we are getting onto the score streaks. For the Dart, they improve mobility when using the Dart's boost. For Lightning Strike, they reduce the delay between targeting locations and the jets arriving. For Sentry, they increase damage. They increase the time that the Sentry will remember a target after losing line of sight. They increase the range at which the Sentry will detect an enemy within a 360-degree radius. For the Drone Squad, they increase damage. For the Sniper's Nest, they increase number of rockets required to destroy the Sniper's Nest by 1. And for the Mantis, they increase explosive damage radius. The Thresher, they increased the chain gun explosive radius and damage. And they increased health of vehicle to balance damage dealt from an enemy with FMJ2. Next up is the Strike Team. They increased awareness radius. They increased health regeneration rate of Strike Team members. And then in general, they score streak team kills will no longer count towards the team kill limit in mode with friendly fire enabled. So specifically hardcore mode. Now next up, we have a bunch of miscellaneous things here. In general, players can now change stances when flashed or concussed. Addressed an issue that would restart a rechamber on some weapons when using a piece of equipment. Then addressed an issue where first-person screen effects would not stop after the player died. And addressed an issue that would let player names show through the ice pick when active. Addressed an issue where hacked equipment would sometimes not show the hacked effect. Addressed an issue where creative class slots unlocked through prestiging would have non-functional equipment slots. Closed an exploit allowing players to throw multiple seekers when interacting with a care package. And now next up we have weapon customizations. We addressed an issue where reactive camos could unwrap to a stage other than the starting stage. Addressed an issue where the clan tag and kill counter would reset when restarting the game. Addressed an issue with displaying reactive camos and mastercrafts on secondary weapons during the specialist draft. For some game modes, we have heist. They addressed an issue where buying max ammo for the Helion salvo launcher would not fill the player's ammo. And now moving on, we're going to skip over custom games. And we have Blackout. Inventory management update. Inventory systems now shows both weapons simultaneously. Players can now view and manage attachments on both weapons in the inventory at once for faster and more convenient weapon management on the fly. Merit system update. Merit scoring has increased times 10 from the previous model. For example, kills now award 100 merits instead of 10, with progression also scaling times 10 to match. Merits are now awarded for a wider range of situations and final match placements, particularly in solo and duo matches. This means that players won't necessarily rank up faster than before. There are now more opportunities to earn merits without placing into top 15 in solos or top 10 in duos. Armor tuning. They increased level 1 armor damage mitigation to 25%. They increased level 2 armor damage to 35%. Increased level 3 armor melee damage to 50%. And they reduced number of armor plates to fully repair level 3 armor from 10 to 5. For some gameplay, the swap and attach players can now swap weapons and attach all compatible weapon attachments on pickup with the swap and attach option. Some inventory, they added the ability to immediately equip health and equipment upon pickup. Added the ability to swap health items and equipment from the ground if the player's inventory is full. Added enemy armor plate and paint can item representations to the player's inventory to function more similarly to ammo. The ammo will show up as grayed out in slashes or in stashes if the player has max ammo. Next up is the quick equip menu. Duplicate items are no longer show up in the quick equip menu. Instead, the total number of identical items is now displayed. Updated HUD to show total number of items equipped in the slot. For the Armory's Blackout tab now correctly shows when a player has the maximum number of paint cans. Some miscellaneous, they reworked kill down UI elements. Bleed out countdown now properly stops when a player is being revived. 9mm ammo amount increased to 50 on pickup. 45 cal ammo amount increased to 50 on pickup. And now for weapon tuning. For the assault rifles Maddox RFB, they reduced idle sway. The Vapor XKG, they reduced first and second shot recoil, and they reduced idle sway. For the SWAT RFT, they increased idle sway. They reduced damage. They increased first and second shot recoil. For the submachine guns, they Spitfire. They reduced 6-hit kill range. The SOG 9mm, they reduced recenter speed. They increased sprint out time. They reduced move speed, now the same as other SMGs. The Damon 3XB, they increased idle sway. They reduced 2 burst kill range. The Cordite, they reduced hip spread. The GK5, they reduced idle sway. The MX9, they reduced ADS and time. And for the tactical rifles, for the Auger DMR, they increased recenter speed, reduced first shot recoil, slightly increased ADS move speed. For the ABR 223, they increased time between bursts, reduced the recenter speed, and slightly increased ADS move speed. For the Swordfish, they reduced recoil on the second and third and fourth shots, slightly increased ADS move speed. The E6 or SX, they increased rate of fire, increased recenter speed. Now for the sniper rifles, for the Koshka, they reduced idle sway. For the SDM, they increased recenter speed, reduced recenter radius. For the Outlaw, they increased idle sway. They reduced ADS in and out of times. For light machine guns, and the general things are that all LMGs now deal increased damage against vehicles and equipment. The Titan increased recenter speed, reduced the recenter radius, increased flinch when being hit. The Hades, they reduced idle sway, reduced hip spread, increased recenter speed, and reduced recenter radius. The VKM 750, they reduced recenter radius. The Zweihandler, or however you pronounce it, they reduced hip spread and reduced recenter radius. For equipment, the frag grenade was increased in damage. Some miscellaneous, the scoreboard added new keybinds to allow quickly opening the scoreboard while keeping control of your character. Bound to backspace by default can be changed at any time. For inventory, they addressed an issue where players' health and equipment would not be updated when spitting or splitting items within the inventory slots. Addressed an issue where quickly equipping attachments could place attachments in the player's inventory. Addressed an issue that would prevent a player from being able to pick up an item from a stash that they selected. For weapon customizations, they addressed an issue where the final stage of reactive camo could be shown on the weapon on the ground, regardless on the stage it was actually on. Addressed an issue where weapons with unwrapped reactor camos would show as wrapped on the ground. Addressed an issue where Mastercrafts would always display the first visual stage regardless of what stage it was on. Addressed an issue where picking up a weapon with an unwrapped reactor camo out of a death stash would wrap the weapon again. For mantling, they addressed an issues where the multiple locations where mantling functionality was not working properly. For looting, they addressed an issue where the prompt to open a stash could disappear when the player manually closed it. For zombies, an additional tier skip added as a new reward for completing daily callings. Players can now earn up to 2 tier skips per day into zombies. A signature weapon support. Signature weapons can now available for customizations in Zombies Armory. Next up are some stability things. For global, they address several high round stability issues that could occur when playing with bots. Fixed a crash that would occur when fast forwarding a clip in theater mode. Fixed a crash that would occur when player picked up a nuke while having an active specialist weapon. Addressed several stability issues that occur when a player was spectating. Fixed a UI error that could occur when sending an invitation from the social menu while in the match. For gauntlets, addressed an issue in Veni Vidi Zombies that would cause frame rate hitching during round 10. They addressed an error that could occur when the player viewed a gauntlet in theater mode. Addressed an error that could occur when player accepted an invite out of a gauntlet match. For miscellaneous, the global issues that were addressed. Players were not able to see elixir animations after using a level 3 special weapon. The XP amount would be missing from the pause menu when a player reached max rank. A Catalyst Zombies FX would trail to their new spawn location upon despawning. The Blight Father's weak points did not properly show their destroyed state when hit with a melee attack. The Dying Wish cooldown meter would not be visible if the player acquired the perk again with perk up or secret sauce. The MX9 and Vapor XKG would still play normal firing SFX after pack punching the weapon. The default weapon reticle would show instead of the one that player had selected. Reactor camo and custom mutations would still appear in their unwrapped state even after the unwrapping challenge was completed. Attaching the combat scope on the Damon 3XB would change the player's ammo count. Certain special weapon kills could reward or award more points than intended. The screen would flash and stay white for the entirety of the match for all players after collecting a nuke in 4-player split screen rush. For gauntlets in general, address an issue in gauntlets where the player would be unable to reload or swap weapons during rounds that restricted usage of bullet weapons. Address an issue in gauntlets where the player could lose all the weapons and points if they acquire Mule Kick from the perk up elixir. Next up for gauntlets on Veni Vidi Zombie, address an issue where players were respawned by the join the party elixir during the in the room round were not transported back to the boss arena. Address an issue that could occur where the player would lose weapon functionality when using the Brazen Bull Firestorm as round 7 transitioned. Address an issue where players were able to hold equipment between rounds 2 and 3. Address an issue where very few tigers would spawn during Easy Tiger, which was inconsistent with similar special enemy rounds. Address an issue where the players was able to use the electric burst on round 8 without crouching. Addressed a rare issue where players spawn on top of each other at the beginning of the match. Closed an exploit where players could complete the perk late round without all 4 base perks active if the player was using perk up. Next up we have 9. They addressed an issue where the stiletto and bayonet attachments did not count toward knife kills for the banner challenges. In Blood of the Dead, they addressed a performance issue where the frame rate would drop when players took the fast travel connecting the warden's house with the showers. For Classified, they addressed an issue where the player could see their hand or gun while traveling through the teleporter. They closed an exploit where players could use the Ragnarok DG5 to jump onto the table in the panic room. Dead of the Night, they addressed an issue where subtitles were shown multiple times during the ending cinematic. Addressed some streaming issues when creating the Prima Materia in the greenhouse laboratory. They addressed an issue in theater mode where a black screen could appear when attempting to spectate other players as they gaze into the crystal. And now, in general, menus, all menu shortcuts that were previously bound to F11 and F12 are now bound to F and G keys by default, respectively. Players can now customize these menu action shortcuts in the keybind settings. Usability improvements made to the creator class and armory menus. Signed, Treyarch. Now, that was too much for me to read. I will go ahead and say that now. I was getting kind of bored at some point of reading all that. Please tell me you guys did not get bored of me just reading all that. Like I said, if you guys wanted to read it all by yourself and read it a little bit faster than what I was reading, you guys could have gladly done that. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys in today's video. That's all the information that I have for you guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy at least the slightest bit. If you guys enjoyed the slightest bit, do me a favor, hit that like button. It's always much appreciated if you guys hit the like button on my videos. Do remember, if you guys are enjoying the content and are a Call of Duty fan and would like to subscribe, go ahead and do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and you guys will always be notified when I post a Call of Duty video on the channel. Now, do remember, if you guys want to follow me on any of my social medias, links to everything are down in the description. And if you guys want to check out my sponsors, you guys can go ahead and check out my sponsors by clicking the links in the description. Go ahead, head over to the websites, use the codes down in the description. You guys can use those codes to get yourself cool stuff at all the websites, and it supports me if you guys do so. If you guys want to go ahead and get yourself some merchandise, you guys can do so by repping the brand, repping the Hype Nation brand. By clicking the link in the description down where it says merchandise, you guys can cop yourself some merch, rep the brand. But without further ado, guys, it's been your boy D and Hype. I'll catch you guys next one. Have a great rest of your day. Peace!